Canada is currently one of the countries in the world with the friendliest immigration policies, and millions of nationals from various countries around the globe now call Canada their home. Notable amongst this set of migrant Canadians are people of Nigerian origins who were estimated to be well over 100,000 as of 2022. This particular piece of statistics got me fascinated, and I decided to embark on a quest to speak to as many Nigerians as I could possibly find to ask them about their decision to move to Canada. So I wanted to know why they made the move and if it has been largely worth it or not. To achieve this quest, I drove several cities in the province of Ontario for close to 700 kilometers, and I met Nigerians in Ottawa, in Oshawa, Mississauga and Brampton, who were all willing to share their experiences, and I have curated everything in this video to share with you. Please keep watching to hear the various responses each person provided to the questions I asked all of them, and I believe it will give you some more insights just like it gave me.
My name is Abdul Akim Abdullahi.
My name is Kalimat Kadiri.
I'm Keno
Fumilayo Ajimego Omoluabi.
Hi, I'm Henrietta.
What can I say about myself?
I'm from Edo State in Nigeria.
I live in Oshawa and I work in social responsibility.
I work in the finance sector. I'm an immigrant in Canada. I'm a mother of 2 young kids and I love food.
I'm a wife, I'm a mother, and I'm also a HR professional with a passion for food. I relocated with my family in the year 2022, December to be precise.
I relocated to Canada September of 2019.
May 2022.
August of 2018.
I landed in Canada in September of 2019. I spent a short time. I went back and forth, but I think I finally came to stay in 2022, March.
A couple of reasons necessitated the move. Key to us was our first son, to get more support, his special needs, and to help ensure that he got better access to the necessary academic qualifications, necessary social system. We just needed that resource. We were getting some of it back home in Nigeria, but we weren't just getting enough. Then also for my other children to just get a better life, to also fit more on a global space.
I just wanted a better life for myself. I was having a baby. I wanted her to grow up in an environment where she would have resources, good education, good access to healthcare. Just before I moved to Canada, I had a health issue, and my experience in the Nigerian medical system made it clear to me that I needed to leave. And money too, to make more money.
With the way things are in Nigeria, see, where do I start from? I was seeking for better opportunities, and based on my acquired skills in Nigeria, I decided to bring it to Canada and make it to better use.
I just felt I needed a new environment to explore my career and also just a better environment for my kids as well. I got to a stage where I was growing a young family, so I needed better health care, and you know how it is now. So I came here to have my kids and decided that I may as well just stay back and let them grow here.
So many reasons, one of which is I was a teacher back home in Nigeria. So one of the reasons for relocating is because teachers are not paid very well in Nigeria. Also, better life, basically.
I've lived in the UK, I've lived in the US, and from my own personal opinion, Canada is way, way, way better in terms of the people you meet. They are a lot friendlier and nothing about gun control laws. So yeah, I'm safer here.
I lived in the UK briefly. I think the UK is great. However, I just found that in Canada, I had most of my friends from back home. So yeah, I just decided that, I may as well just go to Canada, because in 3 years, if you stay here as a PR, you get your citizenship. With your passport, you can travel freely. Healthcare Most people say it's not so great, but it's free, right? So I just decided that, you know what, let me just make the move. If I settle in, I don't like it, no one ties your feet down here. You could move again, right? So yeah.
I think I was looking for something new, and I think also Canada had a very open immigration policy, and at that time I just wanted to leave Nigeria. I got the PR, many people in my office and people around me were leaving at the same time, so I didn't think too much about it. I just applied, didn't think about the cold, and went for it.
Canada gives more as at present. Yes, the UK is closer home, but the system is a bit more rigorous. For Canada, coming here would also afford the opportunity to be more stabilized for the other children as well as him, because it's not just in the interim, also looking into the future. So Canada offers better.
Mostly because my best friend came here and she convinced me to join her over there. That's one of the main reasons. Then when I did my research, I was like, okay, I could make this work. So that's why Canada.
There are pros, there are cons, but the pros outweigh the cons, basically. There are no advantages for me here. In career-wise, actually, I'm meeting more people to help me develop myself and other mentors as well. So, yeah.
For me, it's been a mix of different feelings at different points in my life. As someone who had a young child here alone at some point without the support, I went home briefly for a short holiday, and of course people were around. There's someone to help you cook, there's someone to clean, there's someone to give you the right support while you chill, you know. But right here, you are like, you do most stuff by yourself. You have to come up with like a routine that works for you. You have to determine what's best for you, what kind of job you're looking for, how it fits into your lifestyle. In Nigeria, I once went for an interview and I requested that, oh, you know what, I'm gonna work one day from home. And the hiring manager was like, you're in Nigeria, what kind of request is that? But for here, you have all those flexibility, and I'm happy with that. For me right now, I have proper family work balance, so yeah.
So far, so good. Yes, I would say so. So we've gotten access to certain facilities that are of good support to our son, and of truth, it has actually bonded my family, because now we are into doing things ourselves. Back home we had support in as much as we did things together, but here we are more into each other, and also we have access to certain facilities that we didn't have access to initially. So yes.
Oh yeah, very worth it. Worth it for sure. Basically, every plan that I had in my head has been brought to life here. So I'm a teacher here now, right? And everything I planned for myself is coming to play right now. So it's been way worth it. And in terms of finances as well, it's worth it for sure compared to when I was in Nigeria.
Absolutely. I think that just in terms of my experience in parenting and in my career, I don't think that I would have experienced the same level of success. I think that in Nigeria, I was working very long hours. I also saw other parents leaving at the crack of dawn and coming back really late, and not having time to spend with their kids. Financially, it's been worth it for me, and yeah, no regrets. Actually, my biggest regret is that why didn't I come sooner?
Oh my goodness, I miss a lot. But when you say what do I miss the most, I miss the atmosphere. I miss living in that environment, the family vibes. We still cook Nigerian food here, but that culture, that familyhood, where I've been in all these years of my life, I miss my Nigeria.
Where do I start from? First of all, my parents. Mom and dad, I miss them so much. My brother. Apart from that, Nigerian food. I've tasted a couple here, but it doesn't have that slap that you tell you that, yes, you're in your country. The food, the people, there's a lot more. I can't start making a list, but yeah.
I miss a lot of things. Going out with lots of friends. Right now, to see some of my friends, I have to make like 5-hour road trip, which it's not possible all the time. I also miss having lots of family members around. I have a sister in Canada, but she's like at a different location. Weekend, there are always different parties to attend. I also love that you have like some form of support, so you could afford to get someone who would live in, like assist you with your kids. You also could employ a driver. I didn't have a driver, but those are part of the perks. Then also you have varieties of, I could easily order stuff at like a much cheaper rate, but right here you have to like think twice about some things. It's not like I spend lavishly, but I don't bother so much about some things. But right now, right here, I plan every single dollar before I spend it.
I think one thing I do miss is just the sense of community. I wouldn't say I don't have a community in Nigeria, but in Canada, sorry. In Durham region, we actually have a very strong Nigerian network. But I think just when I was in Nigeria, even my neighbors and I were really, really close. They were like my aunties. The kids in the neighborhood were close with them. I think it's harder to make those kinds of deep connections here. Having said that, I make a very intentional effort to build community for myself, but it doesn't just come naturally. You have to really extend yourself to people to get them to connect.
Not much, actually. Maybe my family and a few of my friends left behind. That's basically it. I don't really miss anything. I actually went there. I went back to Nigeria like in November, and I was like, okay, I did not miss nothing. So that's it. But I miss my family though, and like 2 friends or 3, maybe thereabout. That's it.
Yes, so definitely. There's no place like home. I'll tell you the truth. There's no place like home. You have to make it here. All the money you make, take it back home. All the skills you get here, take it back home. I used to help the country. Even though I lie was,
I mean, for me, it's a hard no, largely because I don't see the country moving forward from when I left. In fact, I think that since I've left, many things have sort of deteriorated, and people that had moved back around the same time that I did have also left. So there's almost nothing for me there.
Right now, the economy may not be at its best, but who knows? The future is really like, you never can tell what will happen. So I'm really open to options of exploring life. So whatever direction it takes me, I'm happy to follow that.
Oh, sure, I will. I will consider it. I believe in God ordaining my steps. If God says this is where I'm meant to be, oh, sure, I will be here. But personally speaking right now, I believe I will relocate back to Nigeria. I won't shovel snow forever.
The future I would consider is not going to be my lifetime. With the way Nigeria is going, it's going to take probably 5 generations to get it to where I want it to be for me to consider going back. So no, maybe if I ever have kids, then it's my maybe great grandkids' life. That's it.
I think first of all, just like more security, more infrastructure, so like roads, better healthcare, and just making things more affordable. So I went to Nigeria in November of 2023, and I think what shocked me, even coming with like Canadian dollars, was how expensive everything was in Nigeria. If it was expensive for me coming with my Canadian dollars to really enjoy Nigeria, then I can't imagine what it's like for Nigerians who are earning in Naira and having to spend more than we would in Canada. Everything is super expensive.
Oh man, better government, electricity 24 hours, people helping each other, killings need to stop, kidnappings, all that needs to stop. And also providing more job opportunities for people to get busy and stop doing illegal shit.
I'm passionate about children, the educational sector as well. I'm hoping that we'll have better government, a system that works, be it the educational system, the health care. I know, yes, so there's been a huge brain drain from Nigeria. Some people are leaving to leave, but a lot of us are still of the belief that, okay, let's learn what we can learn and come back and put it into effective use. So for me, we are also learning to come support the system. So if we can see a glimpse of hope from the government, you know, you're coming back to add and your life is not as at risk, then yes, I think everybody, at least 50% of Nigerians, they love home and they would really like to come back home. So do I.
I would just want to see like better service delivery in the healthcare sector. I would want to see like better roads. There are lots of bad roads. I would want to see some areas have better power supply. I would want to see like more security. People are traveling on the roads, they don't feel safe. So if the security gets better, I would also want to see like a general improvement in the standard of living. Like there are lots of people who they work so hard, right? But they really don't get the results. They live hand to mouth, they can't save, they can't improve their standard of living. So I would want to see like a general improvement in standard of living for everyone. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a lot of effort from not just the government, but the citizens, the people as a whole, because you can't really change the condition of the people except they are willing to change the condition of themselves. I'd love to see that and hope that one day it will come to pass, because Nigeria is my home. It's somewhere I would love to go to with my kids. It's somewhere I would love to spend time. Who knows, I may want to even retire and go back home, right? So, because I don't want to be stuck here with winter. It's too cold. For me, I have a routine. Saturdays and Sundays, I go for a walk. If I don't go for a walk, I take my kids to like a community recreational center where they play with other kids in a facility. There are lots of services. You just need to make inquiries. There are lots of support for newcomers. There are lots of support for business owners. Some people do not take advantage of those opportunities. Some people rely on information from their friends they meet. So relying on information sometimes reduces your learning curve, but it also has a way of limiting the information you also have. So apart from relying on the information you get from family and friends who live in the country, you should also research and make your own findings, reach out to organizations that support new immigrants and newcomers, and also get your information as well.
You know, what I love about Canada is that I feel like if you work hard, you will succeed in terms of financial success. I love that people who started at the same time that I did, that were able to progress and enjoy the quality of life that we envisage for ourselves. I wouldn't say that there's a lot of activity or a lot of enjoyment or parties or nightlife, but if you're looking just for like stability and to be able to enjoy your family time, spend time with your kids get to participate in lots of activities. There's a lot of educational resources if you're looking to access educational resources, going to the library, doing swimming, all those things that are like close by. I just enjoy being able to give my daughter the life that I would like her to have.
The people, they are nice people here. Like, people are really, really nice. Nothing like, I haven't experienced anything like racism or whatnot. None of that. People are just real friendly and they're willing to help you out no matter where you find yourself.
I love the system that works. You have access, if you say you are going to be at point B and you're in point A in 20 minutes, you'll be in point B in 20 minutes. The system works. The government is aware of every facet of the economy. So a working system is all that I'm crying for. And that working system is here in Canada, and I love it so much.
I love the sense of security it has given me, not just a physical, in every area. And I also enjoy the friends that I have made here, and I enjoy my life here actually. Yeah, sometimes it can be a bit dull sometimes, but I'm good with dull, so it's fine.
I rent. If you decide to get a house, my opinion, now is not the time because it's ridiculous. Things are really expensive here. Mortgage is insane, so don't do it. Now is not the time, don't do it. So I rent. It was a 3-bedroom townhouse and it also has a basement. So we are 3 Nigerians currently occupying the house. And the total cost of the house is about 3,200 Canadian dollars. So basically that's about 1K each. And excluding utilities though, which could be like 500. Yeah.
I currently own my home. One of the motivations why I had to get home was I tried renting actually. They ask you for credit score, they're asking you for pay stub. At the time I didn't have a job, but I had the funds to rent a house. For me it was quite challenging. That was one of the motivations why we got a house. You get there and they're like, oh my god, you have a baby. Oh no. So I would say it was easier for me to buy, but easier in the sense that the requirement was not so stringent if you had the down payment and you had like documents to back up like the source of funds. Renting was a bit more difficult because I was looking for house to rent in the GTA in Toronto, and I did not want to rent in like apartment buildings because I felt the amount was a lot to rent a house in apartment buildings or condos. I wanted something like a townhouse where I could still like get a bit more privacy, or I don't have to share laundry room, or when it snows, my car is secured somewhere parked.
I currently own my home. I'm lucky in that I bought my house before the prices skyrocketed, and I also was able to get a low interest rate. So I pay $1,200 a month in my mortgage, and I pay an additional $500 or $550 for condo fees because I live in a condo townhouse. And by the time I add my property tax and utilities, it all adds up to about $2,200 a month. But that doesn't include all the repairs that the house that I bought requires. So that also eats up into a lot of the money. But my mortgage is low. I'm on a fixed rate. My rate expires in November of 2025, so I will have to face reality. But for now, I'm enjoying it.
I rent for now. It's a 3-story apartment. I pay $1,600 roughly monthly, all inclusive. I was lucky. I got a good deal. Housing now is outrageous. If even to buy now, I don't think I want to go into buying anything as of right now until the situation with the housing, especially in Ontario, is better.
It may be easier for you to rent if you have stable income, you have a good credit score. At the time, I didn't really have a stable income. My credit score was okay. I was depending a lot more on foreign income. But for me right now, I would easily rent a house as someone who's been here for a while, and I have an employment evidence, I have a pay stub, I have a great credit score. So for me right now, renting would not be a problem. But at the time, renting was a bit challenging and we had to go the route of buying.
I currently rent. I stay in a semi-detached 3-bed, and it's going for around 3,000 for monthly, and with the exchange rate, trust me, that's not cheap. This is even because we got this in 2022. In recent time, people that have come in are paying more than that. I rent for now. I'm hoping sometime in future, God blessing us, it will be different, but it's okay.
If you feel like you're ready to get involved with the Canadian drama, the way things are now with the whole recession and whatnot is super expensive. Everything is expensive. So if you feel you can cope, pack all your money and come here. Just pack your money, get ready, because you're paying for everything that you do, everything. If you're a kind of person you're into graphic designs and whatever, and you want to crack the system and be yes, you hack Photoshop, for example, don't deceive yourself. You have to pay for it. You have to subscribe. Yeah, just pack your money and start living, doing things the right way. Screw all those things you do in the past where you find the shortcut to things. No, you have to get in line.
If you're planning on coming to Canada, you need to do your research. So why are you coming? What kind of life do you want for yourself when you come? What resources are available for you at your preferred destination in Canada? Are you happy with the weather? Are you going to be a bit more intentional about going out for some fresh air? Because a lot of people come here and they spend lots of time indoors. I don't think being indoors for long periods of time is great for your mental health. So I think coming here, you should have a positive outlook. You should be optimistic and research a lot. For example, if you want to change careers, what do I need to do before I get there? Do I need to read? Do I need to network with people? So for me, I had to apply to some jobs, and I reached out on LinkedIn to some people working there as well before I actually had the interviews. Just to have an advantage, I just dropped a quick note. Hello, I'm so and so person. Do you have a few minutes for a coffee chat? I'm reaching out because I saw that you currently perform this role in this organization, and I'm applying currently for this role in different organizations. Are you happy for a coffee chat to tell me more about the job, how it fits into my lifestyle? Just make it brief, make it short. Not everyone would respond, but you would be lucky. Someone would definitely respond to you. I had few people reach back to me. Someone will help me prep for an interview, which was great. I ended up getting the job. Not because of what I did, but because I prepared myself. I went online, I did lots of research, I watched videos. So when I wake up in the morning, I had sticky notes all over my mirrors. Oh, tell me about yourself. Tell me situational questions. Tell me of a time when this happened. And you have to think on the spot. If it's a question that you've not thought about before, when the recruiter asks you, you have to think. Create a story in your mind. Not just making a story, you have to fit it into the question you were asked. So when you are asked the question, it has to fit the description of what the recruiter asks. For recruitment, hiring process, you have to learn the STAR techniques. Watch lots of YouTube videos telling you how to go about recruiting for that role. Do your research. For if you're in the finance line, you have to put metrics. You cannot just put, oh, I achieved this. No, put numbers, put rates, put figures. So they want to see those numbers. You cannot be in finance and there are no numbers on your resume. So they just want to see that. If you're not sure of the numbers, make assumption, but it should be something you can defend and explain and talk about. When they tell you, oh, walk me through my resume, it's something that should flow from your head. You cannot be looking at your resume not sure of what you wrote. So create folders. Oh, you've applied for this. This is the resume you use. This is what the job description is. You learn before the interview. Your job description is your guide. Line by line, ask yourself questions relating to the job description. If you cannot answer those questions, then the interview process may not go as smoothly as you want. So here, your networking will give you a foot in the door, but how you perform on the interview, it will get you the job. It's a tough process. It's very competitive, but keep up the good work and keep having a positive mindset.
I would advise you have to know what kind of person that you are before you come here. Number one, what is your mental status? Because here can be a little bit lonely, not a little bit, a lot lonely for a lot of people. Now, if you're not a kind of person who is used to your own company, if you're the kind of person who likes to have fun, you have to make that happen for yourself. It's not like Nigeria where you will, even if you don't want to, you get dragged into it. Here you have to decide. Make these things happen for yourself, else your mental health is going to suffer. So you have to think very carefully. Are you ready for this? You have to explore, you have to research. Know what you're coming to do, know what your options are, have plans in place to deal with whatever situation that you come across here mentally. That's what I would say. Also have it at the back of your mind that it may not all be rosy once you get here. Don't expect everything to be as it was back in Nigeria. Just plan, just have good plans for yourself before you get over here. But if you do that, then you'll be fine, hopefully.
I think the two things I would say is that if you're deciding to come here, just mentally prepare yourself to do what it takes to be successful. A lot of people come and it's not easy to find that first corporate job or that first the survival job you want might even be very difficult to find. But sometimes there are jobs that you can do that can make you money, but they're not the most glamorous jobs. But you do what you like, stoop to conquer. You do what you need to do to get where you want to go. So just have the mindset that there's no going back. You set your mind to be here, you're going to be successful. And then they say on average it takes about 5 years to get settled in Canada. So give yourself time to kind of get settled in and come with the mindset that you're going to do what it takes to be successful. I think the second thing I would say is also prepare. Like, it's not when you come to Canada that you start understanding how like the Canadian CV looks like, or you start networking. From Nigeria, you can start taking the certifications that you need. You can start networking with people. You can start finding community. I think that if you prepare properly before you come, you may not have to start with a survival job. You could come from Nigeria and come into a job that's at a similar level that you were in Nigeria. And I know many people who've been able to accomplish that.
I am a firm believer in being led by what God wants you to do. So for me, if it is one's destiny to be in Canada, I would not discourage anyone from coming this way, because waiting there for Sokoto, you need to go and dig it out. If you stay in Kaduna and what you are meant to do is in Lagos, until you get to Lagos, you will not be fulfilled. So I'm just trying to say that if Canada is destiny for you, please, by all means, only that come with the grace of God. Come financially prepared. They don't drop dollars on the streets of Canada. Money does not grow on trees. You know that thing in Nigeria that we're saying, my money grows like grass. More winter, they cover grass for here. Just my way of saying that, be prepared. There's that aspect of loneliness, like so many people have complained about, especially the single people. But when you're here with family and all, you need to be very prayerful. You need to come ready. A lot of things will give you buzz. The weather, the food, the prices of things, accommodation. Accommodation, getting credit score and all that. But sincerely, if it is a journey you are meant to be on, you're welcome. The grace of God will be sufficient for you.
So this experience was a very rich one for me. and I hope you derived so much value from watching. I would like to send special shout outs to everyone who agreed to speak with me on camera and share their thoughts, their ideas, and those people who spoke off camera. Special thanks also to you. I mean, to you, and you, my amazing viewers. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It really helps the YouTube algorithm to understand that this video was worth your time. Let the conversation keep going. Tell me, what do you think about life in Canada? I want to read all the various comments that you all have to share. Till the very next video, when I see you again, it is bye for now. And in the meantime, I would say peace and lots of love. Bye for now. Kiss, kiss, kiss. This is by far the scariest drive I have ever embarked upon because I had my entire family with me in the car and I drove nearly 700 kilometers from the starting point in Ottawa to the farthest point in Niagara on a one-way journey after multiple detours. Fasten your seatbelts and let's go.
Happy birthday, happy birthday.